You want to go out, Walter?
Let's go.
Pace yourself.
You call that defense?
Make it quick, buddy.
One evening as the sun
That
went
should
down
shed
and
some
the
light on
jungle
the subject.
fire was burning,
Where'd you get that bone, pal?
How you doing? I got a package for you.
No, Walter! He's a civil servant!
Candy Mountains, in the big rock candy.
That's incredible.
Oh yeah, it's a Chevy Silverado Trail Boss. This thing's built for off-roading right from the factory.
No, I meant the cat.
It's like nobody's seen a cat before.
The Chevy Silverado Trail Boss.
Hey Walter, let's get this man some hot cocoa.
Oh, that sounds good. Find new friends. Find new roads. Chevrolet.
Hey, welcome back to the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Presented by Central Bank of the Ozarks, Laborers Local 663, and Shelter Insurance Agents Grant Baker in Aurora and Sean Holman in Lockwood. The Bank of Billings, established in 1898, the oldest bank in Christian County. Certainly glad you've tuned in, and as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up and be safe, be smart, be here tomorrow. Our Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week segment, we go just a little bit down the street here from our studio to Bolivar High School, and golf state champion golfer Aiden Asby and Coach Teresa Holt. And Coach Holt, thanks so much for helping set this up this morning.
Well, thank you very much for having us.
Coach, first off, tell a little bit about Aiden. He's a state champion, 144 here this previous week in the state championships. But what makes Aiden a special golfer?
I think Aiden's dedication to the game, his work ethic. He's a really smart golfer. He thinks through his shots. He's got great golf knowledge. He's got great support in his family. And so I think all those things combined together with just hours and hours and hours of preparation led to a state championship.
Coach, talk a little bit about that weekend, a two-day event. Where was it, and kind of how are you involved as a coach? I know you can probably travel along and visit on occasion, but what's it like there being a coach at a state tournament?
We were able to go up on Sunday. State tournament was held in New Bloomfield at oh my gosh, what's the name of the course, Aiden?
Meadow Lake Acres.
Meadow Lake Acres. Meadow Lake Acres in New Bloomfield. And we went up on Sunday and played a practice round. Coach Hines was able to go along with us. Coach Hines was Aiden's coach for the first 3 years. So I benefited from coming in his senior year. And so the three of us were able to walk the course. We played with two other players that happened to be from Branson. So you're paired up. So you get to see the course. You get to kind of talk through some shots, see where the ball's going to come into, what ball's going to land. Aiden hits the ball a long ways off the tee. And so really looking through how's the hole going to be played, get a feel for the greens, and just, go through that practice round. So thankfully in golf, we are able to walk along with them. And so we kind of put it on Aiden to ask us, what he needs. Don't want to have him second guessing a decision, but definitely there for advice on shots as we go through. Practice round was great. He shot a phenomenal round on the practice round. And so we knew going in, you could see coming off of a district championship at Lake Valley, just that play of his was just continuing to steady and improve. And then coming in after the practice round, just had a lot of confidence that the course was going to set up well for him.
Aiden, talk a little bit about the elements. I know over the past 10 days, 2 weeks, there's been a lot of rain throughout Missouri. What were the elements that you dealt with at the state championships?
So state championships was actually like the most perfect weather that we've had like ever throughout all season. I mean, it was perfect, like clear skies, sunny, 75 degrees, but the rain didn't really affect the course that much. I mean, surprisingly, it rained a week before, and it was surprisingly like really dry. So like you could just like hit driver and it'd skip off the ground, or it'd hit the green and like hop off the green. So but it was like perfect weather. I couldn't have asked for like any better weather.
So after day one, you're 73, I believe, one over, but there are
Hmm.
about 10 golfers all within 2, 3, 4 shots of each other. Talk about that night of sleep and what were you preparing for the next day, and what were your emotions like?
So we were at Chipotle whenever we realized that I was.
We can't hear you, Aiden. Your audio is off, Aiden. Can you hear us now? We can't hear you. No, I'm not
So
sure.
I can talk a little bit to that.
Okay,
So
all right.
so as the scores come in, we were the first group out. So Aiden's district championship put him in the first group on individuals. So how they pair us is off of hole number one, or all of the teams that were competing, and then the individuals based on their scores from districts. They were they had their tee times off of hole number 10. And so since we were the first group in, they would update and do a kind of live scoring every 3 holes, so we could see kind of where we were when we finished. When he first came in, he was in 5th. And so, but there were still the players who had shot less than that or were scoring less than that still had holes left to play. And so as it just continued, he moved from 5th to 3rd to, to 2nd to 1st. So so watching that kind of live as it finished out was pretty exciting. And just kind of that energy level really increased. And just knowing that he was going to be in the group that had all of the the ones that were in the leads together and be in that final group of the day. So, I mean, high school championships work just like you see on the PGA, and in the fact that your people that are in the lead or in the final group, they want that gallery to watch at the end. And so, you kind of know where you're standing along the way. So, so that was pretty exciting. And also, there's a lot of nerves and a lot of composure that goes into being in the lead. It's not like something else to where it's a one-day event where you're finished. You've got to play well on that day, and then you've got to turn right around knowing knowing you've started with the lead and keep it. And there's a lot to be said for that, because that has that takes a lot of composure and just a lot of it just takes a lot of understanding of your own game and staying within yourself and really playing that one shot at a time and not getting ahead of yourself. And we had the young man that finished second was in Aiden's group, so he's right there, and exactly kind of where you are and along the way. And so making sure that you're playing your shot and not playing against them was really important for Aiden, and he did a phenomenal job of just that.
Well, I believe Aiden's audio is back, and Aiden, you found out
All
at
right.
Chipotle that you're in the lead. So, what was that night's sleep like?
Okay, so right whenever we found out, I was like, wow, this is awesome. But like the nerves kind of set in a little bit. I kept it to myself, but the nerves were just like they were there. And I was feeling it a little bit, feeling it in my stomach. So after we got home, I just chilled for a while, ate dinner, and I remember after I ate dinner, I went in there to my hotel room and I just rolled putts I think I rolled like 100 putts just so I could figure out my stroke and everything. But um, the main thing was like sleeping. I was like, I slept great. I was at ease whenever I got home. The nerves were just kind of settling out a little bit. So I slept great, had a great night's sleep, and I knew I was like, I'm ready for the next morning. I'm ready to go. I've prepared all season for this day. So yeah, I just had some sort of not cockiness, but some sort of confidence that I was going to be okay and God was going to be with me there. And I'd remember everything that coach says in the practice round, like play your game, do not worry about anything else, play your own game. And yeah, I felt really good.
So you tee off. You got a 1-stroke lead. Uh, Andrew Hennon finished second. Lutheran South guy finishes second. He's in your group. You got a 1-stroke lead going into that, and then you guys played even. During that round, knowing you had that 1-stroke lead, did he ever tie you up or take the lead and you had to fight back, or did you hold the lead the entire time?
Oh yeah, he took the lead. I believe it was after front nine, and I was down by 1 or 2. I can't remember for sure, but I know that he did take the lead for a certain amount of holes, and I was like, okay, I gotta buckle down and just play my own game, do what I can do here, and just take it shot by shot. And whatever he does, it's not to my control. And yeah, he played very well. I was surprised with like how well he came back, and he was just hitting fairways and greens, and I was hitting it into the trees a little bit, and having to crunch out. But yeah, I just in the back of my head, I knew, okay, I've got to play a good back nine and get back in it.
Well,
Was
and Guy, the group behind him, they were just 1 stroke back. So you're not in the case where you're seeing a scoreboard on every single hole where you know exactly where you're at. So you're having to play your own game, just because even though you may be even with your people in your group, you don't know if somebody's, you hear the cheers of a chip in, or you have those things that are going on, and they just started off the day 1 or 2 strokes back. So a lot can happen in those groups that are behind you as well. So it's not where you can just focus on the people that are in your group and disregard the ones that are behind you as well.
Was there a shot, Aiden, especially on that back nine? I mean, did you hole out from 90 yards? I talked to Peyton Richardson, who won the state title a couple of years ago, and he holed out from like 90 yards out. And he thought, okay, I'm going to win this. Nothing can go wrong. Did you have a shot like that on that back nine where maybe you hit a real long putt or you hold out from the sand?
So there was one shot that I remember mainly on hole number 17. It's a par three. It was playing like 200 yards uphill, and I felt it. It was straight dead into wind. So I was just like, okay, take my 4-iron and just get up there and just make a 2-putt par and then move on to 18 and be good. Well, I blasted it over the green, and it went on to the next tee box. It was, I mean, it was like 30 or 40 yards long. It was crazy. So I had a chip where I had maybe, what would you say, Coach, like 10 or 12 yards of green to work with, maybe?
It was the narrow part of the green. Yeah.
Pin was in the back, and I was out past the back. So I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna chip, and best I come out here with is bogey, and then just move on. So I made that chip after reading the green like over and over and over again, counting out how many yards it is. I made that chip, and it went within 3 feet, and it was the best shot. I remember the whole entire crowd was like, "Oh my gosh, how did he even just pull that off?" It was just, that was definitely my highlight of the back nine.
The entire, even the players that were playing in the group, their family cheered for the shot. It was that, I mean, it was just that great of a shot. So yeah, I would also say the putt that you made off the green on the par three, and I can't even remember what hole that was, but earlier on that backside, he had a fairly lengthy birdie putt that he drained from just off the green that kind of, I think, changed the momentum for the rest of that back nine.
It was hole number 12. I hit my 9-iron up there a little bit short, and I had about like a 30-foot or 20-foot putt for birdie. And I was just expecting to make a 2-putt, and I just saw it like barely roll in, and I just had like biggest fist pump, and I was getting hyped up. So yeah.
I'm pretty sure my knuckles were bruised on our fist bump after that
Oh
one.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Again, visiting with Class 4 state champion golfer Aiden Asby from Bolivar and Coach Teresa Holt here on the Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week. Aiden, you're walking up on 18. What's the feeling? What's going through your mind there, knowing that you just have a 1-stroke lead?
So that's whenever I didn't show it, but I was very nervous. Um, I asked coach before, I was like, I need to know if I need to play aggressive here, if I need to just get a par and just move on. And I asked coach, and I was like, am I leading? Am I losing? Or am I playing okay? And she was like, you're doing good. You're in the lead by 1 stroke. Just get a par and you're good. I'm like, okay, sounds good. I can make that. So I can make that happen. So on the last hole, I remember after my drive, I was a little bit right and I was in the trees again. Um, so I had maybe a 10-yard gap to get back into the fairway and just get up there and have like a little up and down, possibly for even birdie. So in that moment, I was feeling like just at ease. And I was like, okay, stay calm. You got this. You've done this shot thousands of times. So just get back out into the fairway and just get it up and down, possibly for birdie or par, and you'll be good. So, but walking up after I hit that shot right into the fairway, that's whenever the emotions started to set in. And I was starting to feel it a little bit and getting a little bit teary-eyed, and I was getting very shaky. And I remember after I hit the green, once I started reading my putt, it just didn't even feel real. Like, I don't know how to even explain how I felt in that moment again. It was just amazing, and it felt like, okay, God's kind of taking control now, and I'm just gonna be along for the ride, I guess. So, I remember I hit that first putt within 3 feet. And then I read that 3-footer and made sure and go all the way around the hole again one last time, my high school career. And I remember I was shaking so bad on that last putt. I mean, I'm talking my hands were literally just trembling whenever I was holding the putter. And I had tears in my eyes, so I couldn't even see the line of the ball. And I made that last putt, and I just immediately fist bumped in the air. Coaches all ran down and gave me big hugs, and I was walking up 18, and everybody was like clapping for me, congratulating me, shaking my hand, saying like, "Great job, you deserve this. This is awesome." And yeah, it was just a feeling that I just can't even explain. It was amazing.
Well, again, Aiden, on behalf of the Chevy dealers of the Ozarks, the Missouri Sports Network, congratulations on being named a Chevy dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week. And you're a senior, so you've already graduated. And
Hmm.
and I was there. I was actually at graduation. But tell us a little bit about your future plans.
So I plan to attend William Woods University for 4 years. I'm going to be playing golf for them up there. It's up in Fulton, Missouri, next to Jeff City, so next to New Bloomfield where I played, which is kind of funny. Um, I plan on studying sports management up there, and yeah, William Woods is my future plan. So.
Well, very
And
good.
he's going to have a great career. This wasn't just a one-time thing. Aiden was a 3-time state qualifier, and should have been not lost our more seasons. So he's just continued to improve and continue to play great for all 4 years. So super proud of him.
Well, very good. And again, Coach Holt, thanks for setting this up with a little help from uh, Missouri Sports Network. Darren Archer helped set this up. And Aiden, again, congratulations. Best of luck as you go forward. And maybe we'll get to visit with you again a little bit of the where are they now? Where is the Class 4 state champion golfer Aiden Asby here 3 years from now? But you'll never forget it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me on. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
You bet. You're watching the Missouri Sports Network at MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Have a great day. God bless.